Shout out to Ramsterdam. Thank you, Ram. Appreciate you. Get some sleep. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to Vegan Knowledge JJ. I see you down there, honey. Be careful out there. Shout out to Buddha 1000. I see you, Buddha. You know what time we ended the stream tonight, right? It's 60 days in. Carlos is killing it, girl. I think he thinks he's the godfather of that prison. Because he is getting it on and getting all pissed off at everybody. He thinks he's running things up in there. Shout out to all of our new subscribers. Shout out to Vegan Knowledge JJ. Yesterday, she went on an absolute rampage in an effort to get the subscribership up and managed to get 11 subscriptions between yesterday and now within the past 24 hours, taking us from 564, where we were holding steady, up to 576. We got 576 in the J Crew on the way to 1K, and we will make that. I sincerely see us making that by Christmas. Think about it. If everyone who is already subscribed just referred one person and said, hey, just shoot on over there and hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take but 2 seconds. Just go hit the subscribe button. Check out some of the content. We should get there in no time, gang. So thank you, Vegan Knowledge JJ, for all your efforts, and thank you for all the 576 subscribers that are part of the J Crew. Thank you very much. Love you guys. I figured I'd switch it up this week since we pretty much talk all things 90-day. I'll structure it a little bit around the single life, but if we want to venture off in a little bit on some of the other ones, because I'm kind of pretty much caught up on Happily Ever After and UK as well. Buddha, if you want to talk about 60 Days In, we can do that too. Shout out to Vegan Knowledge JJ once again for the Meatless Monday stream that we had yesterday. That was completely awesome. She talked about Kevin Hart's new restaurant, Hart House, where he is venturing into the fast food market with plant-based food, all house-made. So Kevin Hart is trying to help people have a healthy heart, so to speak. I can't do the puns as good as you, Jen. All right, I'm back. But that was a good live yesterday. We got some good information out there. And if you don't know, now you know. Shout out to Rose Thoughts. How are you, baby girl? Shout out to Rose and family. They made it through the storm. Do you have power yet? Shout out to her husband, Joe, and sister, Caitlin. Ro told me that Joe's kind of digging my TikTok page, which is cool. It's always cool to get new followers over there who appreciate the content. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you too, man. I was looking at some of the powder coating that you're doing on the cups and stuff like that. That is wild looking. Thank you, Buddha, for reminding everybody to smash that like button. All right, cool. And hopefully you guys will have power tomorrow. So let me know if I'm coming in clear or if I'm breaking up because of the music, because I'll go ahead and kind of leave it going a little bit in the background if that's possible. If it's breaking up, let me know. I'll go ahead and shut it down. You guys know how I feel about my music. Anybody want a sombrero? I put it on the microphone. The mic has a sombrero. Mexican mic. That's pretty cool. Look. The sombrero the mic has a sombrero. Okay, so let's get into it. Crazy ass Natalie, man. You said, are you talking to me, Ro? You can make. Rest in peace to Loretta Lynn. We lost her. I was sad to hear that. Coal Miner's Daughter is one of my favorite movies. Okay, so we start the episode off with Debbie and Tony. How do you feel about Debbie and Tony? I put a TikTok out this week talking about how I didn't really get down with all the moaning and groaning sounds. But okay, so would I be saying that if they were 20? You know what I'm saying? So I can't really go there with that because that's like politically incorrect. To each his own. If Debbie wants to go there, I actually really like them. I like them together. It's about time. She's been looking. She's had a couple different guys come in and out of her life, and she's not been able to make a connection. And good old Debbie. Debbie went from being Colt's mom, who we supported and loved as his supporter. She was a supporting character. She supported Colt and became a main character of her own. She got her own following. People started really liking Debbie and wanted to see her happy. And I honestly, and I said this earlier in the week in the TikTok video, I honestly think Colt's jealous. I think Colt's got a little bit of jealousy because mom might be a little bit more popular than he is right now. And she started out supporting him. Speaking of which, what's with the mountain man look? He was all right when he grew the hair down and he had the beard, but now it's starting to look like Duck Dynasty. Now it's starting to look like, you might need to shave some of that shit off, Colt. Looking a little scraggly. He can't wear it like Willie and Phil and Jace. I miss those guys. That was a good show. I loved me some Duck Dynasty, man. Duck Dynasty was off the chain. Jace was my favorite. I loved it. He looked up in the ceiling, and me being a vegan, I don't really get down with the whole eating roadkill type of deal. I mean, at that point, it's already dead, but he said it was something running around in the ceiling, and he's like, I don't know what that is, but I'm wondering if it might be something I can have for lunch. Like, oh man, they were crazy. He's like, either this is something that I need to kill or something that I might be able to have for lunch. But yeah, Debbie and Tony, I think, make a fabulous couple. I feel like, where's he been all her life? I almost like him better for her than her original husband. But they look really good together. What pissed me off was the fact that the friend Audrey told Debbie that she could come live with her, because when Colt and Vanessa moved out, that left Debbie having to pay rent by herself. And she's older. I guess she doesn't really have the income like that, or she's on a fixed income, and she can't really afford to stay there by herself. So Colt and Vanessa moved out, pretty much only giving her a couple months notice. We know what that's like, don't we, Jen? And now, she's got to move out. So she wanted to move in, and the friend Audrey all of a sudden hits her last minute with, okay, well, I thought about it, and my dog's probably going to come after your cat. So it's probably not a good match. Okay, well, don't tell the woman that she can move with you. And then I hate that. You don't tell somebody and they're making plans around this, and then all of a sudden you just up and roll out, or roll out on the plan, and they can't do it. So, she should have given her a lot more notice. But that leads us to what's going to happen next week, where Tony asks Debbie to move in with him. You think she should? I think she should. The stars are aligned. She's been looking for somebody. He's been apparently looking for somebody. They dig each other more than either one of them even expected. Colt and Vanessa are gone, so nothing's tying her to that house. Nothing's tying her to Las Vegas, really, because Colt and Vanessa are talking about moving to Florida. Vanessa wants to get as far away from Debbie as possible. And there's two schools of thought with that. It's Colt's mother. She's 70 years old. Okay? So she went and asked her girlfriends, I don't know, what do you think about Tony? Do you think I should, go for it? And he wants to, we're dating now. And they're like, well, take your time. What time? She's 70. Take your ass up to Vancouver and go live with Tony. Why not? What would be the scrutiny at this point? Okay? Not knocking on heaven's door. Come on, Debbie. You ain't gonna be a rabbit girl. You're 70. Listen, get your life. Okay? Go hang out with that man. If he was gonna kill you, he could have killed you in your sleep in the hotel. No. Tomorrow is not promised to you or him, and both of y'all are in the red zone. I mean, a harm. So you need to live, okay? You don't know how much more time you guys are going to have together. And people are living to 90, but that still only gives you about what, 20 more years? Go go hang out. Okay? Go hang out. Go do you and go do Tony. So yeah, we see next week where he's going to ask her to come live with him, and hopefully she says yes. So shout out to Debbie. I do like the fact Las Vegas has, like, what do they have, like a little mini, like, what is this? They were going through what looked like something that would be called Little Italy. I mean, they had the gondola, the buildings that looked like they were in Italy. I mean, that was really cool. Buddha said, yeah, I agree. Audrey, that wasn't cool. Right. Yeah, she did that at the last minute. That's not really cool. And then, Debbie's older, so it's not like she can just jump up and live anywhere. That probably would have really helped her financially. I'm like, LOL, not. I'm like, sorry, you're voice texting. Okay. I think she should too, Ro. I really do. I mean, the time is ticking, and we don't know how long any of us has, but Debbie and Tony are at a point in their life where, hey, they've made their mistakes, they've made their coffee. Jen and I always use that as a saying because there's a movie called The Mirror Has Two Faces, Barbara Streisand, of course, and her mom's in it, and she's like, she asked Barbara Streisand's character, because Barbara Streisand played her daughter. It was who's Lauren Bacall played her mom in that movie. That's a really good movie. And tells Barbara, why don't you go make us some coffee, because she wants to grill Barbara's date, who is Jeff Bridges, and she wants to grill him. So she wants Barbara to skip out and go in the kitchen and make some coffee. Barbara's like, why don't you make the coffee? And she just kind of looks at her and says, I've made my coffee. So Jen and I kind of picked that up as a saying. Oh, she's made her coffee, dude. And through the years, we've always used that. So yeah, she's definitely made her coffee. She needs to go hang out and make some coffee with Tony. Yeah, I love the gondola. That's the Bellagio that has all of that. Okay. I mean, because it looks like Little Italy. It's really cool. So they have a nice little romantic date before he is off to the airport to say goodbye. And I felt really bad. They had a really heartfelt, heartwarming kiss. And you can really tell that these two are feeling each other already. So I'm really excited. I'm glad we're only 4 episodes in. I'm so excited for them. And I'm excited to see where Debbie goes. Now, the, the preview for next week shows Colt saying, hey, I think you went from 0 to soulmates in like 60 seconds. Yeah, Colt. Yeah. She don't have a whole lot of time, bud. That's why you need to treat your mother with a lot more respect and love than what you're doing, dude. You don't know how long you're gonna have her. So yeah, she's doing what she needs to do. You're gone. Audrey stood her up. What else is she gonna do? He's offering it. I would run, and hopefully she does that. So yeah, Colt's got a hell of a nerve. He went from 0 to 60 with how many people? How many women? Jess, oh my God, what was his first wife's name? Larissa? Goldie. Goldie. I used to hate to hear her say that. Goldie. Next, we got Crazy Woman. She legit went off this episode. Now, here's the thing. There was a little bit of tea on Screen Rant about Natalie. Okay? Saying that her storyline is completely 100% scripted. It was scripted with Michael and it's scripted with Josh. And she gave it away. She spilled the beans on it inadvertently by answering a couple of comments on her Instagram. Some people were accusing her of being crazy. And she said, well, if I was normal, you wouldn't watch the show. It wouldn't make for interesting watching. So while I really wanted to go in on her for her behavior, that kind of ruined it for me. Because I'm like, okay, you're admitting that it's a storyline. You're admitting that it's fake. I mean, I know, but what I say earlier this week, we can know without knowing. You know, you don't have to let us in on the fact that, yeah, of course. You know? So there we go. It kind of, kind of leaves that. But on the preview, because I always feel bad for her when she cries. When she cried when Michael would marry her and she was in the truck with the woman. Oh my God, dude, my heartstrings. I felt so bad for her. And then she's on the bed when Josh leaves and she's like crying, and I'm like, wow, this poor girl's going through it. But she should, she shouldn't act so crazy. But apparently she's acting. But on the preview, hey, my sombrero. Josh says he feels bad about how things ended, and apparently he doubles back. So apparently he went back and picked her up. So I can't wait to see what happens with that next week. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Josh should run? I made a TikTok earlier about that. Do you think Josh should run and run like hell? Because guess what? Nobody's that good of an actor, okay? There's got to be some truth to her craziness. Shout out to Karen and Thomas BSR. I actually, that's so funny. Why did I do that after I said crazy, right? You know what they say about you, Karen. I'm kidding. Listen, I talk to Jen about this all the time. All of us, if you're, Seal said it best. You're never going to survive if you don't get a little crazy in this world. And shout out to Karen and Thomas BSR because they are two people that are priding themselves and are really steadfast on helping people be prepared. They're talking about the food shortages that are coming up. So I'm going to spread the word. If you have not started buying canned goods and started kind of watching some YouTube, learn how to grow some food, man. You can have an urban garden. I've got a setup over here so I can grow microgreens. So in the apartment. So, and I do sprouting. Sprouting's really easy. All you got to do is get a couple of big mason jars, wet up some seeds and let them sit for a couple days in the dark. And before you know it, you got mung bean sprouts. You can sprout almost anything. Almost anything. You can go on Mountain Seeds. I think it's Mountain something. I can get you guys a link or something. But you can buy seeds and you can sprout almost any vegetable. And use the sprouts in a salad. It's even healthier than the actual full-grown vegetable because it's in the growing stage. There I am off into vegan talk. Jim, maybe we need to combine channels and just do Meatless Monday over here. What do you think? But yeah, so got off on a tangent there. But yeah, it is what it is. So crazy Natalie goes off on Josh, and in this scene, he's trying to explain to her that he has given her the allotted amount of time that he can give her because he has things he's got to be doing. The guy is very busy. He's a businessman. He works with these models. He's got to do traveling, and Natalie just refuses to understand that. And I kind of felt bad for the guy because it's like, well, even my kids think it sucks, but they understand. Somebody has to go out and earn the pennies, right? As the father says in Under the Cherry Moon. I'm a movie buff for those of you who have not figured it out yet. And Under the Cherry Moon, shout out to Prince, is one of my absolute favorites. But he's like, someone has to go out and earn the pennies, Mary's father says. And so that's what Jason's doing. He's at a stage in his life where he is building his future, building his fortune, building his future, setting up things for his family, and he just wants to make sure that he's on point. Natalie, however, has one thing on her mind, and that is, I want a husband and a family now. And she has scoped him out. But the problem is she's trying to turn a hoe into a husband. Because right now, Josh is on some bullshit. Josh is traveling, and trust you, if you think he's not dating those models, she's crazy. I mean, really, you know. But she's trying to turn him into this husband. So it didn't work for him the first time, and she's just going to end up getting herself hurt again. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. Yeah, Jen said he should run. Buddha said he's not going to run. Girl, you got that yummy, 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 yum, yum. Get big. Yeah, a lot of guys like cray cray. Okay, and he goes back. He goes back for more. He goes back in. The preview shows that he went back after the way she acted. And here's the wild thing, okay? Cat and mouse. Guys want what they can't have. The minute she did a takeaway, if she had been, please take me with you, and following behind him, notice the card she played. Go. Bye. No, I don't want to talk to you. No, I don't want to talk. Goodbye. You leave it, leave. Get the fuck out. Go. Bye. She did a takeaway. She did what we call in sales a takeaway. She took the poo-poo away. Okay, fine. Go. Bye. I don't care. And he noticed he felt some kind of way about that. When she was in the bathroom and he walked up and he's leaning on the door and he's like looking, and I'm like, look at him. He kind of looks like he's distraught a little bit, you know? And I'm like, let me find out she's wrapping him slowly but surely around her finger because she's playing this hardball with him. And I think he's turned on by it, Buddha. So I think you're right. She should have left it at, you don't have time for me. Yeah. And leave, right. I don't know. I think Josh might be a little whipped. I thought she was whipped, but Josh might be a little whipped. When she pulled back like that, he's probably not used to that. He's probably used to women falling all over him and trying to chase him down and get him to, and he's like, I don't have time to chase anybody. But you sure went back. So you got time to chase her, you know? I don't know. I think Natalie is she's playing her cards pretty well. Okay, so for the next one, okay, so they didn't show Ed and Liz in this one. And they also didn't show Tanya. But they did show Tiffany. Remember Tiffany and Ronald? Now, she has got, I don't know about you guys, but I think these two look alike. I think they look like they could be brother and sister for real. Look at that smile. Like they legit have the same smile. Same teeth, everything. They really look alike. So this is her new beau, who is really her old beau, which is the name of the episode, Old Flame and a New Name. But the funny thing is, and not that it's a problem, but here she is at the strip club, and then she's out on her date. When he stood up, y'all, dude, I was like, okay, where's the rest of his height at? That surprised the hell out of me. Tell me you guys didn't think the same thing. When he stood up, I'm like, wait a minute, is he standing up? He's a little dude. I mean, she's like taller than him, which is fine because I'm a huge Prince fan. You know what I'm saying? Big things come in small packages. But I'm like, this dude, I thought the way he looks, I thought he was like going to be towering over her. But that doesn't seem to bother Tiffany because she's still into him. She's still into him. What name? I can't remember his name all of a sudden. Alex or something like that. Here's my thing. Her weight loss surgery must have helped her with her self-esteem. And it must have been like a shot of Xanax, because if you guys watched her with Ronald, she was the worst bitch with Ronald. I mean, she really was like stayed in his ass. You can't help me with her. Remember when the daughter was running around and he's trying to put the groceries away and she badgered the shit out of him. I gotta watch my mouth out. She badgered him. She would not let up off of him. Come help me with her. You're not helping me with her. And it was rumored that she was messing around with the cameraman. That's why she wasn't as into Ronald as she should have been or could have been. But Ronald had some stuff that he was doing too. But they showed them on Instagram a couple of months ago where she was in the bed with him. And this was just a couple months ago. She took a selfie, and she didn't put the camera on him, but she was aware that he was in the frame. And she was kind of doing one of these because he was sleeping, but it was clearly Ronald sleeping. So she must have gone over there at some point, and they must have rekindled their romance, but for whatever reason, it did not work out again. But he seemed to be a little bit more controlling this time, because on this episode, they showed her at the beginning of the episode where she had the kids talking to him on Zoom, and he noticed that she was dressed up, and he's, you dressed up? Where you going? You going out? With who? I'm like, Ronald? Because Ronald, she was kind of bossing him around a little bit. So all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, who you going out with? He did not like that. So she's like, I'm not going to let him rope me into getting back with him. So yeah, he's still trying to lay it down to keep her in, you know what I mean? So he's still trying to get in there. But I thought he was dating somebody, Anybody got any tea on that? They showed him with a new girl. But either way, she's determined not to be back with him. But she seems a lot more carefree now. She doesn't seem as bitchy now that she's taken off. She said she lost like 100 and something pounds. But she was getting pretty big. I remember looking at a couple episodes, and I said to Jen, I said, wow, she's put on quite a bit of weight. You know what I mean? And now she's gotten the bypass surgery. So she went down quite a bit. She looks good, but she seems to be a lot happier. So I don't know, maybe this guy that she dated before, she can rekindle a romance and get some things happening with that. But I don't know. Lee Castronovo. Yes, they do. Prince was one special package. LOL. Nice. Speaking of which, I hate to go there, but there was a guy who was on YouTube and he apparently in high school got turned on to Prince's music. And so this guy was determined that he was gonna get somewhere or get in the vicinity of Prince or be in Prince's world, you know what I mean? And so he did. He ended up going and getting a job at Paisley Park, just as fate would have it. He ended up working at Paisley Park, and said that one of the perks at working for Paisley Park was the fact that he got to, when Prince would do live concerts on the soundstage, he would get to be there for free. And he said that Prince had on an outfit. I don't know, under the cherry moon. Remember that outfit he had on now? It's in black and white. So, but I've seen a picture of that outfit in color, and it looks like it was green. But it was the see-through lace joint that he had on at Mary Sharon's party, right? But you could clearly see his ass when he walked up the steps. When they walked to go meet her mother, you could. So I'm wondering if he had that outfit on at this concert, because this dude said that Prince, his size was not indicative of his size. So, not that I'm interested, but apparently Prince had a pretty decent package for as small as he was. So, more power to Prince. Maybe he didn't like that. Okay, we're not going to talk about your private parts, Prince. I'm sorry. um, but yeah, that's funny. So you mentioned packaging. I took it there. Yes, I did. I took it there. Well, I mean, the way his sex life was, I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not even going there. I know, Ro. He broke up with his ex because he wasn't ready to have a family. And Tiffany says that, okay, yeah, I have two kids. I've got a ready made family. What are we going to do with that? So I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that, because, I mean, what's he going to find a reason to escape? So that would be shitty if all of a sudden he's no longer interested in dating her. Yeah, I can't remember the time I worked for Prince. I think might have been the name of it, and it was like an hour long video. But I couldn't turn it off because this guy legit tells the entire story of how he first heard Prince, all the way up to working for Prince at Paisley Park. And I mean, it's a really cool video. If you ever get a chance, try to query that, like the time I worked for Prince or the time I worked at Paisley Park, and it'll probably come up in there. And it's like an hour long video, but this guy legit tells us the whole story from the time he first heard a Prince record to the time he became determined that he was going to get around Prince some kind of way. And there was a time when he talked about where Prince was, if you've ever, Jen and I took a trip to Paisley Park, like it has a balcony in there, like an atrium. and Prince was coming one way, and this guy was coming up the steps, and Prince was on his way to come down the steps. And I guess he didn't want to talk to this kid or something, but he kept thinking, oh my God, here's my idol. Here he comes. You know, what am I going to say? Am I going to say hi? Or how am I going to do that? And Prince, noticing him, seemed even more nervous than he did. And all of a sudden took off in his direction, sped past him on the steps, and jetted in boots down the hallway. Like, he didn't even want to speak to the dude. He saw that he was about to pass him on the steps and just jetted and started running. Prince was weird like that, though. There's like so many podcasts that I've listened to and heard so much stuff about Prince that is really cool. But it's like I would have loved to have met him. I think he probably would have appreciated me being a musician. He loved female musicians, and you know, me being a drummer and all of that. I'm sure that he probably, if I was in his band, he probably would have taken me to the next level. But I probably would have ended up losing my temper with him and getting fired, because some of the horror stories I heard with him, with his disciplinary actions with his band members, yeah. But it is what it is, you know. I might have even appreciated it, because you know, sometimes you need a foot up your ass to get something done. Look at what a perfectionist he was. And I know I'm getting off on a Prince. I could talk about Prince all day. You know, I could talk about Prince all day. Maybe I'll start doing some Prince content as well. J&J Video Reacts is a nondescript channel. I can react to anything. So, you know, it could be Prince, it could be 90 Day Fiancé, it could be 60 Days In. As Jen said, as much as you know about Prince, you need to start a Prince podcast. Do you know how many Prince podcasts there are? But that does not mean anything. You're right. I may actually consider doing that. You know, maybe we can get some guests on here. I did ask Karen about that, Ro, and she said when the coast is clear, she will let me know. So I've been talking to Karen Everett about coming on the show. I would love for her to come on here and talk about her BSR channel, and just, you know, give some of the J Crew firsthand, who has not seen her channel or gone to her channel, which I'll put the link in the description along with Vegan Knowledge JJ, and Rose channel. But if you listen to a lot of what her and Thomas are speaking about, they talk about things in life. They talk about, you know, preparedness. So there's a lot of things coming down the pike that we need to be prepared for. And they, man, Ro, I wish you had some solar stuff that she's always talking about. And when, especially during that power outage, you could have really used that. But, you know, check out some of the videos, and maybe next time. Hopefully there won't be a next time. So let's talk about Caesar. What's up with the top hat, y'all? Brooke, Jen's sister, said he looks like the Monopoly Man. Remember that, Jen? I thought I was going to fall out of my chair. She said he looks like the Monopoly Man. Maybe a couple shades darker, and he needs a mustache. But look at this picture of him. Does he or does he not look better like that? He looks about 10 years younger than he does here. With that close cut that he gets and that shade, he looks like he's probably 55, 56 years old. Here, he looks about 35. Dude, stop shaving and cutting your hair. You need to let that hair stay on your face and stay on your head, because you look like you're about 35 years old. Here you look like you're about 55. I mean, has anybody picked up on that with Caesar? His look, he looks like he's 49. but he looks like he's about 55. But when he grows his facial hair in, which it looks like, it doesn't take long for him to grow because like every other, minute he's got this. So if he doesn't shave like every 5 minutes, he's going to have 5 o'clock shadow. But he looks so much younger with facial hair. And when he lets his hair grow in, it's like, why are you? And then even the way he's dressed, right? He looks like a completely different dude. I almost didn't know that was him. I'm like, that's Caesar? So anyway, he's going on these dates in the Ukraine. And first of all, who let him dress like that for the dates? He thought he was going to be the only guy there. I mean, he looks like Cab Calloway or Duke Ellington or something. I'm like, dude, come on now. He's the only one that was dressed like that. He didn't expect to be on the date with 5 other guys either. But yeah, he looked crazy with that outfit on. I guess he wanted to stand out, but it's like, that's no, dude. Mm-mm. We need to give him a makeover. You need to have this look, and you need to be like maybe with black on black. Nice black suit, black button down, open like the blue shirt is here. You know what I mean? And yeah, maybe trim that up a little bit. I'm a barber. I could do that for you. And he would have killed it. He would have killed it. Black suit, black shirt, or maybe like a dark gray, and the trim. Maybe put a regular shape up on it, but don't cut the hair. And go like that. Dude, he would have killed it. He would have blew all the other dudes out of the water. But he went there, and he's got a couple of women that like him. But he's a user magnet. He's very easily used. He gave a woman over the course of 8 years over $40,000 of his income. He was sending her $800 every 2 weeks. And people kept telling him to stop, but he wouldn't do it. And it amounted to over $40,000 when all was said and done. And at the end, she just rolled out on him. I mean, that's crazy. And then the women that he's dating now, or the women that the matchmaker set him up with, they're like foaming at the mouth. Give me that money. I mean, they look like they recognize him. Like, okay, yeah, I know who you are. And yeah, we can go out. You can send me $800 every 2 weeks now. Because I know you're not sending it to her anymore because you wouldn't be here. He needs to watch out. He's a little bit too trusting, and he can't stay out of the Ukraine, even when there's a war going on. So, I don't know. Pizza. I don't know. Caesar needs to watch his back, because a couple of those women look like they wanted to take his money. Rose said he looked like a child playing dress up. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Rose said reminds me of Shirley Temple. Right. Wearing the black tux with tails. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody told him he looked good in that getup, and he believed them. Don't do it, C's. Don't do it. Don't do that ever again. Just dress normally, dude. And the fact that he's a nail technician, he doesn't give me nail technician. Nothing's wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, but he does not give me nail technician. I don't know what he gives me, but he didn't give me nail technician. Maybe call center worker, or, real estate guy. You know what I mean? insurance agent. He does not give me nail technician. So, but you gotta love the Metro Mail, right? Because the guy Tiffany's dating owns his own hair salon. He does women's hair. So men are, hey, listen, if we can do what they can do, then they can do what we can do. How many years did women fight for equality to be able to, not that we got paid what they got paid, but that's a whole nother story. But fought for the right to do the same jobs as men. Okay, well, men can do nails. Men can do hair and nails. Why not? So I'm here for it. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the single life. The UK. Okay. Emma and Hussein. Emma and Insane. What is wrong with her? Why did she marry that man? And then why did she have second thoughts after she already said I do? Why was she not questioning the fact that every time she tried to touch him, he was, do you not get that he's not into you? How many gifts have you sent him? How much money have you sent him? Yeah, that's what he likes about you. Emma, like what? Emma is dumber. I don't mean no harm. Hussein clearly is not into her, and I think that's going to end badly. I think she's going to get wind that Hussein's not into her, and he's going to end up cheating on her, no doubt. Because who believes, show of hands if you believe he was talking to his mom during the wedding, or if that was his mother really calling him. Hell no. It was one of those other 50-somethings that he's getting money from. Because through the grapevine, he talks to quite a few women, but he married her. She tracked his ass down and said, oh no, I'm going to make you mine. Okay, well, hey, you got to take all that comes with that. He's going to cheat on her. They're not going to last. There's no way. Rose said in his season with Maria, yeah, that's her name, they showed him doing a, really? They showed him doing a petty? I always wondered about that. I've had them done before, but it's like I'm so self-conscious about my feet, and now with this whole foot fetish thing, I'm like, how many times have they gotten people with stinky feet, right? And how do they react when they realize, okay, ew. Like, can they, is that politically incorrect for them to react? I mean, come on, let's be real. It's feet. So, you know, if the person is trifling, which, so, okay, it doesn't add up. Somebody who's going to get a pedicure can't be that trifling. They're going to make sure their feet don't smell. I would hope. Jen said, I think that's why he goes over there. I think that's why he goes over there, because he feels like he can be different. Right. Yeah, but he's too different. And they may be what they, that may be what they're looking for over there. Yeah, you're right. Shout out to Lee Castronova. Said the first thing they do is, are you a man or a woman? Because Lee is like I just want to make sure I'm saying she, it could be he, or vice versa. I just want to make sure I'm being, right with my pronouns. But the first thing to do is soak your feet, most likely for that purpose. I don't really get pedicures. I think I've gotten one in my life, and I do remember that. So yeah, first thing they do, they take precautions, right? They don't have to say that. Excuse me, sir. Your feet stink. Chick. All right. I'm a chick. I love it. Um. Yeah. So Emma and Hussein. So okay, and not only that, what's up with the way that when he first met up with her this season, the daughter legit straddled him. She just ran up and straddled him, and he looked like he enjoyed that. Like he held on to her a little bit too long. He didn't even say hi to Emma like that. Emma goes to hug him, and he hugs her, and he's looking off and puts the arm around her. But the daughter just like jumps and straddles him, and he like twirls over. I'm like, wait a minute, which one is he marrying? She better watch her back. I wouldn't put it past him to hit on the daughter, because he seems like he's just into himself. So anybody that's going to give him the time of day, that's willing to pay for it, but the daughter's not going to allow that, because I think the daughter's starting not to like him. She's seeing through him and seeing his attitude and how he's treating her mom, and so he's starting not to like him. So yeah, I don't see the daughter even stooping. If he did make a move, she's going to let the mom know. She's going to let Emma know. Jen, who is the woman that is the older woman? I can't remember her name, but she's dating somebody. It's another Submit and Jenny scenario. I told Jen she looks like Nicole Kidman at like 70, and probably looked like Nicole Kidman when she was younger, because she looks like an older version of Nicole Kidman. But he stood her up, didn't he? I don't know when these women are going to learn. These older women. Do you really think? I mean, come on. It's like Danielle and Maha. Do you really think that a guy that's that fine and young is going to be into your old ass? Come on. I hate to put it that way. And there are some guys who are. Like, I think Submit like really loves Jenny. So yeah, there are some scenarios where that is the case, and it's real love, and it's not for a green card, because he does not want to come here. So he really loves Jenny, but most of them don't. Most of them are using these women for their money. Why would women that age fool themselves into thinking that a guy that young is really into them like that? Come on. I will give it to Debbie. I'll give it to Debbie. She didn't go for that shit. She didn't try to go for somebody that looked like Cole. She went for somebody that looked like somebody she should be dating. And who's to say who should be dating who? Okay, I'm fluid enough to go there with it. Who's to say who should be dating who? If it works, hey, it's so be it. But don't fool yourself into thinking that these guys are into you. Most of them aren't. Okay, there will be a couple of them, but most of them do not want you. They want your money. So the best way to test the waters is don't pay for shit. Let them pay. If they pay, they're into you. If they continuously pay, not pay to a point and then, okay, I've faked her out long enough. Is she going to kick in with some dough? No. If they're willing to take care of you and be that man in your life, and you don't have to pay for anything, that's when you know it's legit. If you're paying for everything, he's not into you. He's into your wallet. You would think that they would get. I feel bad for them. I hate to see them go through that. But again, Is it TLC just doing a storyline? Are they paying these women to be emotionally abused on television? Lee from work, really? Hey, Lee. Wow, hi, baby. Thanks for coming. And you have to be a subscriber because I do subscriber only chat. So thanks for subscribing. You subscribe, right? Thank you, honey. No man at my right. Don't forget to smack. Buddha is on it. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you so much, J. Crew. You think Jen's the only one with the jokes in this family? Ro cussed me out. I said a joke. She was like, "That's Jen." No, both of us are jokesters. Oh, you get around both of us, we'll have you rolling. But Jen, yeah, Jen is the punter. I'm more of a kind of in your face comedian type of thing. Oh yeah, we'll joke you. We joke each other. I mean, the jokes just fly around here. But most of the time, she has me on the floor. Who else is on UK? Victoria. Victoria's ass stopped laughing, didn't she? Oh my god. That drove me crazy for the first few episodes. I remember hearing Y talk about that. Like, what the hell are you laughing at? Stop it. But she came off of that. The more Sean put her through hell, the less she stopped giggling. She stopped that giggling shit. Cause shit stopped being funny. Okay? Is he married? Is he not? Now he wants me to go to Japan. Why did he not come through customs correctly at the airport? I mean, Sean's got a lot of stuff with him. And if she's smart, she will run the other way quickly before he gets her ass over there in Japan and makes sushi out of her. Because something's weird about him. Something is weird in Denmark about Sean. I don't think Sean's altogether there, but then again, neither is Victoria. And then we've got Sean and who's the Filipino? What's her name? Which what's up with mom? Why did mom come at her like that? And I think the mother is wrong about her. What do you guys think about that? I don't think she's using him for money. I mean, I think yeah, she shows a lot of appreciation. She says, see, she doesn't show him any type of affection. Yes, she does. We see her all the time hugging and kissing on him. Like, I don't know if it's for the camera, but she seems like she's very affectionate when he reaches out to her. Does Joe get pedicures as well? Oh, Christine, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, Sean and Christine. Sean, first of all, Sean pissed me off because why, if you are supposed to be supporting this woman, would you take a pay cut? He might have been stressed out, but I'm like, okay, but wait a minute. Isn't she coming to live with you? So all your credit cards are maxed out and you took a pay cut? because you're a little stressed out? Don't you think you're going to be even more stressed when she gets here and finds out you have no money? Which that did happen. They got into it. So she went and visited her friend and talked it out. Went back to him. They're going to try to work it out. She's going to stay with him. But then mom comes and puts her foot in her ass. For what? I think his mother's jealous. I think it's another Colt and Debbie situation. Because as much as I want to be mad at Colt, a lot of times I realize that Debbie is the one that didn't want to let go. It wasn't necessarily Colt, So Debbie is the one that was kind of holding on to the apron strings there. And that's because, he was her everything when his dad died. So, maybe she feels like Sean's not going to be that, he's going to lose his not want to be her favorite son anymore. So I don't know. It's like, you got to let him move on. You got to let him grow up. But hopefully he will get that manager job back so that he can continue to take care of her and Christian. And I don't know what he's going to do with the family thing, though. Because she's like, that's making me look bad. They're thinking she's there sucking up the money and not giving them any. Yeah, you got the sprouts. Thank you, honey. We love alfalfa sprouts in this house. I think that I honestly think that Sean and Christine are going to work out. Emma and Hussein, not so much. Alejandro and Katie, I think, are genuinely in love. That to me seemed like a mismatch, but he really loves her. He's really into her. I thought that was really cute. They grew on me as a couple. The older woman and the one that looks like Submit, I don't see them working out because he's not even showing up. Okay, she's supposed to meet him somewhere and he didn't even show up. And then you got the gay couple. I can't remember their names. But actually, I haven't seen them in a while. Were they not on the last episode? And I don't mean no harm, but does dude like a fucking gorilla or what? That is terrible. He does, man. He creeps me out. He looks like a gorilla. He really does. I'm like, what does that guy see in him? But the cool thing is he's got this very refined way about himself. He looks like a beast, but he sounds like a beauty. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So it's like, and he certainly doesn't act like a big. Oh, God, man. Couldn't be me. That wasn't right. Hey, Ro, have you found 60 Days In yet? Have you watched any of that? Oh, that's right. Duh. Because your power's not on yet, right? Because I think tonight it comes on. Actually, it'll be on in 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this stream up. Any final thoughts of the day that you guys want to add in? Thank you guys who joined me. Thank you, J. Crew. Welcome, Lee Castronovo, to the J. Crew. And all of you who have subscribed at Jen's urging, the whole 576. I love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please share this on all forms of social media and, have everybody hit that subscribe button so we can grow the J. Crew up to over 1,000 subscribers. When you guys get a chance, check out my TikTok. It is J&J Video Reacts as well. I'm over on Instagram as well, JJ Video 9 and JJ Video and the number 9. And I'm on Twitter, JJ Video and the number 2. If you want to support the channel, there is the PayPal me at J with an N, JNJ Video. Cash App is hashtag capital J, small n, capital J, capital VIDEO. And Venmo is at Dawn-James-75. Much appreciated for anybody who donates. But guys, I enjoy talking to you on this Tuesday takeover, as I always do. Thank you guys for coming. I love you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and get ready and watch 60 Days In. I'll probably maybe try to throw some TikToks up about it. But peace and blessings. Rose, stay safe. Buddha 1000, thank you for always reminding everybody to smash that like button and subscribe. Lee, welcome to the stream. If I missed anybody, Vegan Knowledge, of course, I love you. You know, I get to hug you in a few minutes. So, but thank anybody who is listening who did not comment in the stream. And you guys have a wonderful night.